Hello, and Randy here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 on Alma, Missouri here. Since last episode, been continuing to work on planting here. I've got the hired worker going on field 9 here now. Looks like, actually, I'm not sure where the hired worker is. Supposed to be, whoa, what is he doing? You dare be lowering that planter in this field. I think I better stop him. I mean, I don't know what the hired workers... Oh, I can't stop him. What the heck? I literally cannot stop the hired... Yeah, you're not on course play. Oh, you're auto... Why is auto drive on? I have no idea. We're just going to stop that nonsense. I don't know what was going on there. He's not out of... Was he out of solid fertilizer and driving up to get fertilizer? Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna bring him back to the field. I mean, I don't know what was going on there. That was definitely strange. So back to the field with you there, bud. Why don't you get back to work where you're supposed to be here? Definitely a little alarming seeing him over on the field. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, rehire here. You just go on and do your thing there, bud. Okay, speaking of doing your thing, get the baler going here as well this episode. Let's see. Yeah, we should all be good here. Let's get course play going on that one. First waypoint, drive the course if you could. Again, as a reminder, this is the same course that the mower ran, so the baler's just going to run that same course right back over where the mower went. And we'll get this grass baled up here. We're, of course, going to turn it into silage bales here again. You know, we're not making a whole lot of money off it, but hey, I think, was it 50,000? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at. One helps pay the bills, that's for sure. And speaking of paying the bills, we spent a lot of money here in the last episode there. Between what, tractor, truck, yeah, truck, and then the seed tender, and then the tractor there as well. So, and of course, yeah, we finally actually found a truck that actually works for pulling a seed tender with here. Yeah, don't even get me started on that one. Anyway, we're gonna get started spraying here. This episode we got field, is it 9? No, this one's field 1. Okay, I get my fields mixed up here. Field 1, and then of course field 9's one. Okay, so we're gonna start on field 1 here. Get the sprayer folded out here. We're going to be putting a liquid fertilizer down on the field here. Turn on some steering assist here. And then just checking our precision farming here. We're good on pH, but yeah, fertilizer, yeah, it's so great, not so great. Fortunately, field 9, we are putting fertilizer down, so that field should be good. We did also plow, I think, every single one of our fields here, so we shouldn't have any sort of weeds on our fields here either, so that'll be kind of nice. Oh, does this only go 7 miles an hour? Really? Oh my goodness. Someone just put me out of my misery now. What in tarnation? I guess I used this with the hired worker last time and I didn't notice that, did I? I don't know. If I've ever used this spray, I've probably complained about this significantly before. There goes all the fun, right? Very, very, very disappointing. Why? Why 7 miles an hour? Why such a ludicrously slow speed? Now, there are actually some possible answers for that one. You know, if you're putting on a really high rate, then yes, you might have to go this slow. Maybe. I don't know. Does anyone even go this? Well, come on, no, that's the wrong line. Anyone even go this slow at a high rate? I probably not if I had to guess. But, oh well. The actual reason for my understanding, everyone, has to do with the European spraying. And apparently with European spraying, they got to go really slow for some reason. Which, yeah, go figure, right? For those of you maybe not familiar with spraying, typically on most of your fields, you're usually close to that 15 mile an hour mark. Anywhere from like 10 to 20 usually is considered spraying speed. And usually towards the higher end, not the slower end. Again, it depends on how much you're having to put down. I mean, if you're having to put down a lot of product, then yeah, you might have to slow down a little bit to put on that much product. But depending on what you're putting down, 15, 20 mile an hour is probably about right. And technically with what we're doing, we're only really putting on one product here, right? We're only putting on liquid fertilizer. And as far as liquid fertilizer, according to the game, we're only putting on nitrogen, so... Interesting, I see we got a little bit of striping going on in the field yet. Huh. I thought I turned all that nonsense off. I wasn't supposed to do that anymore. I think I briefly mentioned it here last episode. Of an under precision farming here, you have realistic spread pattern and speed-dependent application. Yeah. Which, if you go back to these settings here real quick, I went in, if I read what they actually do, spreaders apply more fertilizer or lime on the ground if you drive too slow. I don't know that Giants apparently is particularly familiar with spreaders and stuff. For those you don't know, on most of them, and maybe I shouldn't say all of them because I'm not familiar with every single one, but on a lot of them, your drag chain is dependent on your ground speed. So what you are doing ground speed wise is usually how fast the spreader is metering out the product. I suppose maybe there is some sort of, speed there where if you go so slow that it does maybe throw it off. That is possible. I don't know. Again, if you're going 7 miles an hour, as we were just talking about, maybe that throws it off. But yeah, so I don't know. I think these are supposed to be like realism settings down here or something. Obviously, you can see when I turned them off because that I do not find that to be realistic at all. Again, yes, if you drive slower or faster, it should slow down or speed up the rate of what's the spreader outputs the product. That shouldn't be like, yeah. Then realistic spread pattern here. Spreaders do apply a different amount of fertilizer to the outside compared to the inside. There again, too, that should not be the case. I guess maybe if you got something wrong with your spreader or you haven't taken the time to properly make sure everything's dialed in, then maybe yes. There might be some slight disparity between the inside and outside, but as long as you got your spreader set up properly, you should have a somewhat even spread width over the entire path there. Which, yeah, I guess that's probably what Giants is, if you go back to the lineup, you kind of see it here. That's what Giants is trying to do with this here. It's, okay, you're getting more lime in the middle than you're on the outside. No, that's not how that works, everyone. Maybe if you don't have your spreader set up properly, that is. But if your spreader is set up more or less properly, that's not how that works. Clearly, Giants needs some help here. If you need any help there, Giants, let me know. I can definitely give you some assistance here on how some of these farming things work. I don't know who Giants had advising them on the precision farming here, but maybe it's different over in Europe. Maybe the Europeans have some weird crap we don't know about, which we can answer that question just looking at some of the equipment, obviously, right? But, yeah. Did I mention we're only going 7 miles an hour? Still curious why we're getting kind of it looks like an uneven spread pattern here, but whatever. Wonder if there's a modded version of this sprayer out yet that fixes this horrible problem. Well, I see looks like a decent amount of bales. Speaking of decent amount of bales, those bales are getting wrapped, right? They don't appear to be. Why are the bales not getting wrapped? We should be wrapping bales here. Why are we not wrapping bales? Whoa. Let's just stop this here a minute, because we should be wrapping. Why are we not wrapping? Is there like a setting or something I gotta change? It was wrapping last time. Drop manually. I'm not even seeing an option here for like not wrapping. These better be grass bales. Yeah, grass bale. Which I was gonna say that's what it should be. We haven't raked or tedded this in any way, shape, or form. So why are we not wrapping? You were wrapping just fine last time around. Turn wrapper on. Okay, Control Alt. Why was that off? I have no idea. Okay, well, nearest waypoint, drive course. Well, let's make sure you're wrapping here this time. Well, good thing I caught that before we went much further, because that's totally not cool. Grass bales, for those who don't know, are pretty much worthless in the game. In fact, we could probably go up to one of these here. Does it tell us the price? No, I guess it doesn't. That might have been a mod that added that price. I know back in 22 of them, you could see the price here. But like I said, that might have been mod driven. I'm not entirely sure. Well, one other thing we can do, I guess, is if we go to time saving stock check here, grass. We got 56,000 liters of grass there, it says so far. Keep in mind there's probably a bale or two of silage mixed in with that maybe, but worth $7,000. 149, yeah. Silage, oh, here we go. Yeah, silage is 362. So, wow, I'm actually surprised there's that little of a difference there. Well over double, but still well over double. So, definitely want to wrap. Okay, back to spraying here. That's 7 miles an hour. Sorry, I couldn't resist mentioning that. Oh, it was on already. Yep. Already back on. Okay. Oh, did not mean to open that up. Let's check and see what's we got here. Do we finish? Yeah, we did finish that corner. Okay. Backing up here. Wonder if we're actually over applying on this end. Oh, no, never mind. We got section control working. All right, okay. You can see it turning off section by section there. That's kind of cool. Seems like, though, we don't necessarily maybe have individual nozzle control on this one. I see it turning off like yeah, I can see like every, I don't know, what is that, like 5 nozzles or something like that maybe. Maybe 6, somewhere in there. Okay, next round. Gotta love GPS for that, right, everyone? I think this is probably one of the scenarios where GPS pretty much pays for itself. And in a couple of different ways, too, right, everyone? So you have section control there, right? Is this the one? No. I think that's the one we just did. This is where foam might come in handy. You see where we're done, right? Nope, we need the next one here. We can also look at our coverage map. Okay, that helps. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, this GPS is probably really pays for itself when it comes to applying product like this, whether it's fertilizer, herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, you know, all the sides, right? When you're applying all this stuff here from section control, so you're not overlapping and over applying product where it's not needed, to maybe variable rate applying. That's obviously starting to become a bigger thing here nowadays as well. Obviously, when GPS first came out, there probably wasn't a whole lot of variable rate happening, but now, you know, first off we had GPS, then we started getting into section control, so GPS knows the coverage here, and you know, again, you can see it here. We're overlapping this part, and it's shutting it off. Although I will comment here again, though, why are we getting such a variation here? I'm not sure, but oh, the way it is, I guess. Okay, I think we're going to turn back around here and line up. Oh, wait. It wants us to do this path. Okay. Feels a little cut up here, isn't it? Must be a little section. Yeah. Turn on a couple nozzles on. Whoa, that's okay. A lot of nozzles on the end, apparently. It would help if we were locked on. I didn't realize that. Yeah, there we go. We'll just kind of follow this headland pass around here, see once if we pick this line back up again. I wonder if over here we got to do a little bit. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, we're going to have to get on the next line here. But yeah, going back to the GPS discussion there again, too, I'm going to get into the variable rate stuff where you're only applying the amount of product that that area needs. And, you know, depending on your field, some areas actually might need more, right? There's part of the fields that need more. There's going to be parts of the field that need less. And, yeah, that may or may not save you on product, Evan. But at the very least, it is going to put product down hopefully where you need it, right? You know, so if you got parts of the field that don't need any product, putting more product on those areas could actually harm the crops potentially. And then, of course, you got the areas where they just don't have enough. Well, that's obviously going to be a problem, right? If there's not enough, your crops are not going to do well in those areas. So putting more product in those areas. And typically when it comes to product like that, we're talking like fertilizers and stuff like that, right? Not so much necessarily sprays. I don't know that you're necessarily variable rate applying herbicide. That gets into a whole other thing, by the way, like see and spray. There's that, of course. But that's not necessarily maybe variable rating it. But yeah, fertilizer is probably going to be more of your variable rate type of thing, and lime for that matter as well, right? Let your limes and fertilizers. Okay, I think we have, what, one more pass down here? Maybe two. Maybe three. Actually, maybe three. Maybe three more passes down there. Looks like we're making some good progress on planting here, though. I would say, what, maybe a third done with that field here. Ooh, speaking of, wait a minute. Speaking of being done, why are we not done? Oh, did you run out of, yeah, ran out of bale net. Standard net, film binding, huh? Massey Ferguson net wrap plus. Fent net wrap plus. Ooh, John Deere extra. Well, of course. I don't know what it is, Evan, but sure. Okay, that was a little weird. The round bale net, by the way. Yeah, I say I don't know what it is. I know what the wrap is, Evan. That is this part around the bale here, holds the bale together. And then, of course, on the wrapping baler here, you also have the bale wrap as well. So what we just filled was this. So when I say I don't know what it is, I'm not sure what the John Deere is. I'm kind of curious. Hey, you know what? We probably can't even see it, can we? Because this is going to get wrapped. If you want to see it, this is going to be... Nah, it looks the same as the rest. I was hoping for something a little more dramatic there. Maybe some, you know, green and yellow, whatever they make the wrap out of. I'm not entirely sure. But whatever they make this stuff out of, you know, I was hoping for some green and yellow. But looks to be the same. Oh, well. That's a little boring. Okay, back to spraying again. At a boring 7 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm going to keep mentioning that. Sore subject. That's a shame, too, because Giants has actually improved upon that on some of their equipment here. But clearly they missed it on this one. Apparently, they must have someone over there that really likes their 7 miles per hour sprayers. Let's turn this off so we can actually go a little faster here, because this is ridiculous. It's going to take forever to get down to our next pass at that rate. It's going to be in here somewhere. There it is. Well, let's see if we can load up some comments here in a moment, see what you folks had to say here for last episode. Just a quick note here as well. You probably noticed this, Evan. We are not joined by the boss baby here today. I don't think we were joined yesterday either. Again, we're kind of right in our nap time here again today. So for those of you that like to hear from the boss baby, well, maybe next episode of, and we'll have to see once here. But again, she is not here today. So anyway, heading over to the comments here. Starting off with Dustin. Dustin was saying, good video. Hey, thank you very much for that. Always very much appreciated. Christopher was saying the same thing as well. Good video. Keep it up. Thank you very much for that. Waylon was saying first. Hey, he's first again. I don't know. Get him a donut or something, right? I don't know. Good for you. Oh, I should check our pizza factory too. I haven't seen how our pizzas are doing. Oh, how are we doing on the pizzas? Unfortunately, again, I'm just selling, so I can't really tell you folks how it's doing. I guess the only thing we can really do. I want to make sure before we leave this screen here, just make sure everything else is going good. I mean, yeah, we're good on wheat and barley and flour and all that good stuff. Ketchup. Low on tomatoes. Again, we're keeping up for the pizzeria oven, so I'm not too concerned about that. Like, okay, we have more tomatoes. What good does it do, right? Dairy. Looks like we got milk yet. We should have plenty of milk for a while. We're making cheese. Oh, that's the buffalo one. Cheese, yes. And these should be running. Yeah, they got water, so I'm assuming they're running. They're distributing tomatoes. Okay. Probably should check. Oh, yeah, we should check here, make sure I need to turn around. I needed to turn around a moment ago, didn't we? Whoops. Nothing to see here. That actually might be a problem right there, because I wonder what it did. There's nothing planted there. I think if there's nothing planted, it just puts down a constant rate, I think. Oh, that right there is the same. I don't know. Hard to say. Guess we didn't do too much damage. I think this pass here is about the same pass we need for the next field here. Oh, actually, no. I guess not. Way over quite a bit. Okay. Maybe just the angle. Okay, anyway, let's check and see once our finance screen. Maybe that'll tell us how we're doing on our pizzeria here. Pizza, we got sold product. We're up to $16,000. I think we were like 8 or something like that last episode. Weren't we 11? I don't remember. It was. I know it was lower, so that number is going up. I don't know that I've noticed it up here if it sells every so often. I'm assuming that's what it's doing, but I'm not 100% sure on that one, everyone. So wait till it finishes spraying at the end there. Okay, I think that's good for that one. Next. I think there's another little bit left over here, right? Or was that it? Yeah, there's a little bit. I thought so. Anyway, to the comments here again. Next one here from Kentucky Farmer. Kentucky Farmer's saying you should buy another field and some more American-style planters. Yes, I definitely agree on that one, on the American-style planters. Planters and seeders, I'm thinking. Upgrade both of them, although we might have to wait a little bit here. Money-wise, we are obviously, yeah, you know, it's looking a little low on the money department, right? So I think we better hold off a little bit before we buy too much here. As I mentioned here last episode of it, I am planning on probably planting some spinach. Hey, it's good for you, right? So definitely planning on planting some spinach, Evan. That is going to require us to buy a harvester, or most likely we'll just lease it. Well, not lease it. Well, yeah, we'll put it on a payment plan. That's what I meant to say, Evan. We'll put it on a payment plan. Which, just out of curiosity, real quick, how much is that going to cost us here? If we go down to our vegetable spinach harvester, we got to finance that. We'll probably do, what's 1 year? $55,000 a month. Whew, I don't know. We might have to do 2 years. $29,000. We'll have to see once here. Obviously, the advantage of it is 5%, well, 2%, 5%, 10%, right? You know, if we do 2 years, we're paying 10% more, which is another 60. Yeah, well, it'd be basically 64,000, right? And if we miss a payment, then we're really hurting. Which I have managed to do that before. I accidentally missed a few payments. Whoops. Yeah. Oh, well. Well, once we're done baling this field here, I think I'll just leave this sprayer right here because this field needs to be sprayed. Actually, you know what I might do? Might switch over and grab the bale trailer here. Just park that there for the moment. We can put this tractor on the bale wagon, bale pickup wagon here. Okay, and I gotta remember how to get this all set up here again, because we have, yeah, we have routes and stuff for this, so we need to set you, I believe we need to be like that, right? So we are picking up, what's this, field 39? So field 39, set you to field 39. It's interesting, we're missing a couple fields on there. We go from 35 to 39, huh? No 31 either. Is there actually, like, no field 31 on this map? And then I think it's under default, right? Bale sell point, yes. So we're taking to the Bale sell point. I don't think we got to change that at all. Then we got to get our courseplay course set up here. So field 39, target position, sure. Field position, sure. Bales, yep, good. Should be good on that one. Turn on courseplay mode here. So the way this works, for those of you who've never done this here before, auto drive is essentially controlling courseplay, or is courseplay controlling auto drive? I don't know, whichever way it goes, Kevin. But basically, we turn on courseplay mode here on auto drive, and that allows auto drive or courseplay, I don't know, whichever way it works here. Basically, courseplay will run on the field here. So what we just set up here for picking up bales, actually, I need to switch that around, don't I? So we need bale collect here mode. So that'll run courseplay and bale collect mode. Once courseplay is full, courseplay will switch over to auto drive and then run the auto drive route. So from field 39 to the bale sell point, and then back from the bale sell point to field 39. Once we're back to the field here, auto drive will turn courseplay back on, and basically control will get handed back over to courseplay, where courseplay will fill up the bale trailer again. And yeah, that's kind of how that works. Let me pick this bale up here real quick a minute. I want that one sitting over here. Not sure what's up with this, like, windrow that sticks out like that. That's kind of weird. Oh, there's another one there, too. Weird. I wonder if I need to up the amount of headlands. That's got to be, because, yeah, that's all coming out. Okay. Note self. Up the headland amount from the looks of it. Next comment here from LOL Leaf. LOL Leaf was saying there's a mod called Production Control on the Mod Hub that lets you crank factories up by 300%. Seems to me I've got that mod. There is settings, general settings. Maybe I don't. I thought, there's another settings screen somewhere around here. I forget where that is again, but I thought you could turn them up with that. Okay, I might have to go look into that, but yes, that would definitely be a good idea. Crank those factories up. That, again, if I had a big complaint about the factories of them, that would be my biggest complaint. Some of them are just, like, too slow. Like, you put in one field's worth of product and it's full for a whole year. Like, come on now. That's just, no. Sometimes it's not even a whole field. You know, take this map, for example, Evan. We got some decent-sized fields we're farming here. You know, one field can easily fill up one factory, and that will last, like, an entire year, which, really? Paul was saying I turned the tornado off and the damage. Yeah, I've got the damage turned off myself, Evan. Again, the big reason I've got the damage turned off is because of the hail damage that gets done to the field. I'm not sure what a tornado does to the field. I haven't seen that happen yet. But I, for one, cannot stand the damage that the hail does. And to be clear, Evan, I am perfectly fine with the hail destroying the crop. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with, that one, is the fact that the hail, like, literally destroys the field. Like, really? Okay, destroy the crop, sure, but destroy the field? No. Why Giants thought that was okay, I don't know. Paul is saying I don't care much for the weather. It's not realistic. I wish I could turn the fog off. It gets a bit much. Says you don't mind the rainfall. Yeah, I think depending on what map you're on, the fog can definitely get to be a bit much. I've not noticed the fog too badly on this map. I've got no complaints with fog on this one. If you go back to Hutan Pan Tai, though, and that map, whoa, that fog got to be a little much on that map sometimes. It was like, whoa. far as the grass bales are concerned, I don't have a standalone wrapper, so we'll probably just end up selling them as they are. I mean, they'll make money, just not as much. Speaking of making money, I should not sell these yet here because they are still grass, shouldn't I? Getting a little ahead of myself, aren't I? That's fine. We can have the trailer loaded. And then once we hit the next day in the game here, we'll get these bales sold. Again, it takes roughly 24 hours for the bales to ferment into silage. Here we go. We got a full trailer load. Debating if I want to dump these off and pick the rest of them up or not, so that way I can spray this field. Because obviously if I got the bales on the field, it makes it kind of hard to spray. So we'll see once. Anyway, it is time to wrap it up here this episode. So on that note, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Till next time.